How much responsibility does Claude Julien bear for the team's lack of success so far this season?
I think you have to look at the players that he has, that he doesn't necessarily, he's missing some key players for it, so you can't blame Claude Julien on that. I'm looking more at Marc Bergevin.
Yeah, I mean, the coach is only as good as his players and as good as his goalie. And his goalie hasn't been very good this year. That'll make any coach look bad. And, Claude's proven himself before. And, he's won a Stanley Cup. He's been part of Team Canada at Olympics. And again, the one thing I just find so bizarre since he came in here last year is that here's a head coach coming in and not hiring any of his own assistants. And I really wonder about that. Like, there's got to be guys that Claude you would think there's guys Claude would want to work beside him with, that he has a relationship with in the past, rather than just coming here and taking over the staff that was already here. And I really wonder about that, and I wonder how much Marc Bergevin has to do with that decision.
Well, the answer is nothing. All the guys that work for Claude were all contracted with other teams. They were all working. So he was in a situation where he inherited these assistant coaches. They had an evaluation process over the summer where he decided, and it was his decision, to bring certain guys back. In fact, they re-signed Dan Lacroix. JJ Daigneault is up for a contract, I believe, coming up. So we'll see what happens there. But, is it on Claude? No, it's not. Obviously, the guy's an excellent coach. But my buddy Brian Wild, who works for Recruits.ca, made a really good point in his column last week, where he said, you're asking the players to play on their toes, you're asking them to play on their toes, and you take a 1-goal lead into the third period and put on all your defensive players instead of your offensive guys to get you the extra goal that could win you the game. So he has been criticized in the past as being an uber-conservative coach. I'm not sure that criticism will go away, and this NHL really does demand that you be that much more aggressive, and there's plenty of examples you can look across the league that you can point to that the Canadians could borrow from.
Well, he's also conservative in overtime.
That's the point.
It's like he's playing for the tie in overtime with Thomas Plekanec out there.
Okay. There's no more ties, is there?
No, that's it.
Go to hockeyinsideout.com now to check out this week's full episode.